From family events to volunteer opportunities to community happenings, there is a lot going on in your community. Learn about all the possibilities and opportunities on this episode of Community Hotline.
Monica Weitzel. We're here at MetroEast Community Media in Gresham, Oregon. Tonight we have a special edition of The Pulse. The Pulse is our quarterly show where we highlight things that are going on at MetroEast Community Media and KCME Radio. And with me tonight, to start out, I have my good friend Jessica Guay. Thanks for being here, Jessica.
No problem, my pleasure.
Thank you. Jessica is a volunteer here at MetroEast, and you're involved in all sorts of things here, aren't you?
I am. I've been a volunteer almost 2 years now. And I've gotten to learn how to use the equipment and become a producer for about a year and almost a half.
Good.
So it's excited.
It's fun, isn't it?
There's so much fun here.
We have a lot going on here, and we have a lot going on the show tonight. Coming up, we will be talking about KCME, and we have James Deneen, who is the volunteer music director at KCME, is here with Kristen, who is going to be talking about her show. She does the Lunchbox show on KCME on Tuesdays, I believe. So they'll be talking about that. And there's just been a lot going on here. We have a great staff here. I think you might agree that most of the staff is pretty amazing. One of our staff people, Mike Canty, who is works the equipment room and is a producer here, he recently won an award, and I think maybe we have a picture of Mike getting his award. But besides all the work he does here at MetroEast, he also does volunteer work for the Gresham Art Committee. They have an art show at the Gresham City Hall every couple months, I think. And he volunteers all of his time to tape interviews and let's see, there's a picture of Mike there getting his award. And very humble guy. But you know Mike, right?
Yes, he's helped out a lot. Anytime I have any questions, he's pretty much my go-to guy, and he's always been really helpful. He explains things thoroughly, and he's really patient with me. And he's also shared with me a lot of the interests he has in art, and explained to me that he does do more than run the equipment room there.
Yeah, he does.
And
I like the volunteer work
that he does. Stuff on TV.
Yeah.
And I'm interested in a lot of stuff he's interested in.
Good. Yeah, Mike's a great guy, and he's one of our terrific staff here at MetroEast. And the staff here are here, to help volunteers like you.
You've helped me a lot, Monica.
Thanks, Jess. Thank you. One of our other producers we have here is Keith Thomas. And you know Keith. You've worked with Keith.
Yeah.
And Keith is passionate about sports.
Yes, he is.
And just don't even ask him because you won't hear the end of it. But he is great producing our basketball coverage. So the basketball coverage started January 4th of this year, and it goes through the end of February. And they have a huge crew. Their staff consists of volunteers and students, but they have directors, they have switchers, they have camera people, they have people that do the audio, the graphics, color commentator, play-by-play. So people are interested in covering sports. That's something that, if people come into MetroEast, become part of our family here and learn how to use all the equipment, that's something other people could do next year.
Keith is definitely the go-to for the sports guy. I know with some of the new equipment they got, he was very excited about it.
Yeah.
It's state of the line.
It's state of the art, and they're taping now in HD, in high def, so that with their new TriCaster that you were talking about, it's their new equipment. So all the games, they're going to be all loaded onto YouTube, so people can watch them in full high def, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's new, and that's pretty neat stuff. So they've had exciting games, and they're fun to watch. As far as volunteers go, we have lots of opportunities for volunteers to do things, and for example, when somebody comes here, they go through our orientation, they go through our basic studio class, then we can have people come and actually work on this show. For example, our floor director, John, tonight. We have Elizabeth on camera. I think we've got Ian and Steve back in the control room. They're all volunteers that have learned how to work on our equipment. They do a terrific job for us, and they can work on this show. But we also have other shows other shows produced by volunteers. You know, for example, if you were to do your own show and you need somebody to work on it, you could call for other volunteers to help you.
That's what I hope to do.
Yeah,
I plan on doing.
Well, for example, what have you, so far you've already given us several shows, right?
Yeah, I've gotten to do something on the environment, cleaning up the rivers. I've gotten to do cover a charity event for some homeless people. A small thing on the Portland Occupy campsite when it came out.
Cool.
Some forced foreclosure situations. Little things out in the community, and I'm really thankful for all the education that I've learned here.
Good deal.
Help, you know, when it comes to bringing it in for the editing.
Right.
And help on some of the shows like the Open Holiday. I got to run camera. And those kind of things help encourage what we learn in the classes on the floor, and there's always help to help.
Well, we were talking about the basketball. We have a little clip of some of the basketball, so I think we should take a look at that now so people can see just how good that basketball coverage is and how, if people are interested, they might be able to be involved in it next year. Let's take a look at that.
MetroEast Sports. I am PJ Miller. With me is Jerry Peterson. Jerry, how are you doing tonight?
Great, PJ. I'm excited about this game and glad to be back here at Central Catholic High School.
Oh, good rebound. Good offensive rebound. And she hits it. It's a two-pointer with the foot on the line. Amber Peshka. Dalton, with her speed, is able to get down the court very quickly.
Just need one miss.
There's the miss. Got to get the rebound, though. Otis with the last-second shot. He hits that. My goodness, but it's a little bit too late. As Central Catholic defeats Barlow 59-55 here at Central Catholic High School.
Great game, PJ. And that shot, they could have used a couple of those earlier on, and they might have had a chance, but it was a little bit too late.
Gotta admit, that was pretty impressive, isn't it?
They
do a great job. Yeah, Keith is pretty amazing, and all of his help on that, Joe and Tony, and everybody does a terrific job. We were talking a little bit about other productions that you can work on, like other volunteer productions, and one of our longest running producers is Larry Smith. He does a show called The Body Smith. Larry does an exercise, a workout show. He's been with us for ages, and all of the producers eventually need, you know, more volunteers to work on their shows, to, you know, help him out, and he's looking for more people right now. And so if you're interested in doing that, you just need to contact us, and, you know, contact Taj, our volunteer director, or go to our, you know, give us a call. But Larry, in particular, I swear he hasn't changed in all these years that he has been working on it, and that's probably due to those good workouts. But we've got a little clip of Larry showing what he did years ago, what he's doing now, and talking about the opportunity to volunteer on his show.
Awesome.
So I think we should take a look at that too.
I'm curious to see what he looked like years ago.
You won't see much difference.
A large part of how healthy you are as you age is up to you. And reach it up, reach and extend. Grapevine, rock to the front, to the inside, step touch.
Work it, work it, work it.
Hi, I'm Larry Smith, and I've been producing the Body Smith workout since 1986. Why do I produce a show like this? Well, one thing, I'm a little difficult to discourage after all these years, and I believe that the whole idea of people being fit and active will drive down our nation's health care costs. You at home, you can modify any way you want to. Okay, here comes a new step. Knee lift to the outside. 30 years or so ago, I noticed my metabolism was slowing down, and so that was right at the beginning of the aerobics craze. But I got kind of bored with the same routines from the same instructors all the time. Well, it just so happened that one Saturday I went in to take class, and they were having a workshop. I eavesdropped, and within about a month I was teaching my own classes, and I've been going at it ever since. If you have a passion for fitness or would like to work in community television, contact me. I'd love to have you on my team. Contact me at thebodysmith@hotmail.com.
Work it. That's catchy. I love it. Larry's a hard-working guy, and he's been doing this for a very, very long time. So that's an opportunity that people have. And you know, here at the studio, we have terrific equipment here to work with. We have great studio space, but we're in the middle of a month-long process right now to update everything to high def, because all of our cameras already were filming in high def, but we're not broadcasting in high def. So everything's being upgraded. We've already done some of it. We now have the new mobile unit, so people can take out like a micro mobile unit, which you've worked on that.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, you've worked on that. And you take that out, and it's a a multi-camera unit. It's already in high def. The TriCaster is high def. Our government agencies, we broadcast for Gresham, Fairview, Troutdale, and Multnomah County, and we do government meetings and such, and those are all going to be in high def.
Great.
It's a huge expense, it's a huge changeover, but it's going to be so much better. I mean, everything is going to be clearer and wider pictures, so we're trying to upgrade everything, and so most likely this studio will be converted to high def. Probably be closed for maybe the month of June, because it's a big process, but it's something we're really looking forward to being able to share with everybody to keep up with the big boys. So that'll be great. Now, besides the HD transition, another change is that we are trying to train people in some of the changes. For example, we have a new editing system coming. We've had the new micromobile equipment coming, and a lot of changes as far as the equipment that we have here. And we have terrific trainers here, Peter and Lauren, who are training everybody, getting them up to speed on the new stuff. So, and you've worked with both of them.
And they are great trainers.
Very patient, aren't they?
Yes, very patient, very thorough,
Yeah.
and fun.
Yeah, fun, that's right.
They don't make you feel negative at all for maybe not knowing it. They understand that, and they help you all the way through.
Yep, I agree. So Peter has a little training update that he can share with us to talk a little bit about the training changes that are coming up. So before we take a break, let's listen to Peter, one of our terrific trainers, and see what he has to say about the training changes.
Okay.
All righty.
Hi there, and welcome to Training Update. One of the first things I want to talk about today is hard drives. These are no longer going to be a part of your editing workflow. We're getting rid of them completely, and we're actually going to be replacing them with a server-based file storage system. So what that's going to be like is, instead of actually checking this out every time you go into the equipment room, moving it to the edit bays, plugging it in, and having it pop up on the computer, what you'll do is just click a link on the computer, sign in with your credentials, and that way you'll have access to the files that you need to edit, such as what you shot on the camera, the render files, pictures, music, directly from that computer. And you can do that from any one of our editing suites, so it'll be a lot easier on your end, and you won't have to worry about your hard drive falling off the table and becoming inoperable. So hopefully that will be a very smooth transition, and will definitely help you every step of the way through it. So say farewell to the drives, and like that, they're gone. I've got some great news. We have new iMacs coming to our edit suites here at MetroEast. So this means they'll be a lot faster. We've got quad-core processors in each of these. And each new Mac will come with Final Cut Pro 10. That's 1, 0. Right now we're using Final Cut Pro 6, so that's quite a huge jump, and the software, I've used it, and it's a lot of fun to teach, it's a lot of fun to edit with, and I think you guys are going to have a blast with it. We are going to be offering upgrade classes for those of you who are already certified with Final Cut Pro 6, so those will be free for you who've already taken it. Last week here at MetroEast, we had a discovery dinner where Mike Canty and myself showed off features of Final Cut Pro 10. And a lot of people showed up for that. Thank you all for coming out, expressing interest in that, so we can really see that this is going to make a huge impact on your workflow. Hey there, now I'm in the lobby at MetroEast. I'm actually shooting this using an East Side Stories camera. Basically, what this is a handheld video camera that you can easily take anywhere with you. And for the East Side Stories project, people are taking them home and telling a story about growing up in Gresham and Fairview and Troutdale. And we're putting them all on a website, eastsidestories.org. Oh, look, here we are in Studio A. Wow, that's weird. Guess I can just keep talking here and finish up the segment using our main camera. So interesting how that edit worked, huh? That was pretty cool. Thanks for watching this episode of Training Update, and I'll see you guys next time on The Pulse.
How fun is that?
That was great.
So he ended up right here in the studio that we're in right now. Yeah, Peter's fun, isn't he?
Yes.
So obviously there's a lot going on in the training, a lot of new things coming up. We work with people from all segments of society, everyone from kids to seniors. In fact, as far as kids go, we have a great youth media program here. We've been working with the kids from CAL, the Center for Advanced Learning. They have a show called The Hype that they've been doing. They have like 6 shows in the can, and they've done studio camp, and then we have a whole new group coming in here. They ride the Max down here from CAL, and they do an amazingly good job. And those are on our website, and the shows are on YouTube as well. But you have had some of your kids go through some of the training here, have you not?
Yeah, I've had all of my kids take the orientation first.
Except the baby.
Yes, and 2 of my boys have taken field camera classes so they can check out the cameras and we can do things together.
And how old are we talking? How old
my oldest is 14 and my younger son's 11. So
there's no real age limit. I mean, as far as the parents give the okay,
yeah,
and they're old enough to be careful with the cameras and learn it, they're welcome here.
Right, and then we can work on stuff together.
It's a great family project, isn't it? Yeah, that's nice. So, so that's one thing people should know about, that we are open to pretty much everybody in the area. So we'd love to have people come in and check us out. Now, we are trying to do a lot of different things with our training. Now we have that new micro mobile with the TriCaster, and people are learning all the new stuff about that. We had one of the things we tried to do was a little different way of training people, trying to get volunteers in and get them very invested in the programs. So for example, last year we had, or the last couple of years, we had something called Music Mondays, where we had a group that were specially trained. They went out and they taped music events out in the Center for Performing Arts Plaza in downtown Gresham, and people took turns, switching and directing, and they learned all the different portions of it and really took accountability for the show itself. This year we had something called Animal Magnetism. Yes. What can you tell me about that, Jessica? You were directly involved with that.
It was a show that they put together to help the people understand more about what it takes to adopt an animal, the type of people that were good candidates to adopt an animal.
Now this was with the Multnomah County Animal Services people, right?
And they did a cute little a dating kind of show. The dog got to pick the proper owner.
I love it.
They also did stuff to, if you have a dog at home, tips to train your dog. That so you can
practical tips.
Yes, yeah. That, and also. It was nice to learn a couple things myself as far as, a dog that is in the shelter when you're going to go visit, to understand that they might be more hyper and jumpy just because they've been in a stress situation.
Cooped up in a small cage.
But when they're out here on the floor in more space, that same dog that may act that way in the studio, over here is very calm, and so don't just turn your back on a dog because you think it might be too hyper. I thought that was
give it
nice.
a chance in another environment,
give it a
perhaps.
chance. And you know, it was really fun to be able to be part of that. I enjoyed getting, you know, told what to do, what I should be focusing on, and when I got to watch it during playback on TV, it was really nice to be able to know, like, you know, from the knee down were my shots. You know, anytime you've seen the dog, that was, you know,
That
my
was
camera. You. And it's nice to be able to feel like I was a part of that show. And it's really nice to see your names, credits. You know, you get credit for anything you volunteer on. They make sure you're given the credit for that.
So on this particular show, did you always run camera, or did you do other things?
On this particular show, I always run camera. I've been able to do teleprompter on some other things like Open Holiday, and I've gotten to do switcher for various things, and with Keith, I was able to do one of the city things that he also gets to do for Troutdale.
Government meetings that he covers.
Yeah, that was interesting to listen to that and see how that all goes too.
Yeah. So you've had the opportunity to do different things.
Yeah, and I've expressed interest in the other things that I haven't got to do yet, that I'll be able to come in on something in the future and work on those things as well, so I can feel well-rounded on what they offer to learn here.
Right. You know, I know that on the animal magnetism program that there were that a lot of the content was actually was created by the volunteers here in conjunction with the Multnomah County Animal Services. So some of the actual content of the show was created by you guys, and that the directing and everything was actual volunteers. It wasn't all taken over by the staff here. So it was really your show, right?
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So did you feel like you learned something new, and was there a sense of teamwork there?
Definitely a sense of teamwork. You know, some of the people you know throughout time because you work on different projects with them, and we all learn how to work with each other and what someone can do better than the other.
You find your strengths.
You do, and then just getting to know the other volunteers, to know what their strengths are in case you have something in the future that you can call them on, and you know how you've already worked together, they know how you work, or if they have something that they call you for help, you also know them, and you're more apt to want to help them because you've worked with them before. Right.
That's a good point. You help me on my show, I'll help you later on yours.
Yeah, and that's kind of
really
how
well.
it is. It turns into like an extended family.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I think we have some roll-in from the Animal Magnetism show. We'll look for the shots that are from the knee down, so we know that they're your shots.
There's a lot of humor in that show.
Is there? Yeah, that makes it a lot of fun, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Well, why don't we go ahead and take a look at some of the animal magnetism then?
Okay.
Okay,
great.
thanks.
I like how they...
Welcome to Multnomah County Animal Services. My name is Ann Potter, and I'm here to give you a glimpse of what goes on inside the doors of the animal shelter every day.
Welcome to Multnomah County Animal Services Muse Hour. I'm Kitty Latour.
And I'm Kat Barkley, in for Ruff Barker, who is making his theatrical debut. Break a leg, Ruff.
Coming to you from Multnomah County, the pet capital of the universe, it is Pet Connection. And introducing our star and hostess of our show, it's Jean Fleming.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello and welcome to Pet Connection, brought to you by Multnomah County Animal Services.
Well, hello again, and welcome to a very special interview with Multnomah County Animal Services volunteer Bud Garrison. Thanks for joining us, Bud. So you're here today to chat a bit about the foster care program at the shelter. That's really exciting. What exactly is the foster care program at the shelter?
So that's what the dogs do while we're away. That's great. That looks like it was a really fun show to work on.
It was. It was the funnest thing I've gotten to do so far.
Yeah, yeah. So who does come up with all those ideas? Some of it was from Multnomah County Animal Services people, but
I think it's like you just, people will hear something of what the script's supposed to be like, and you can throw in your own ideas. I believe Ray thought it would be good to pretend he's the pizza delivery guy, you know, and come knock on the door because the dog's going to order pizza while you're out of the way. And so it just made it really fun.
So you kind of brainstorm, and everybody's input was valuable?
Yes.
Isn't that nice?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's a nice way to do it. So yeah, the Animal Magnetism show I think is a lot of fun. If people want to watch it, it's available on YouTube and on our website, I believe. So those are fun things to watch. But we do have lots of opportunities to work on things like that, like I said. And if people want to, you know, work on this show, you know, work on the Pulse, work on Community Hotline, they're welcome to come here and do that. And you know, we also have another. I don't want to say, another part of MetroEast, which is our radio station, and the radio station is KZME. You're familiar with KZME.
107.1.
107.1, very good, right on the money. And KZME is a community radio station. It's terrific. It's growing by leaps and bounds, and we are going to have James Deneen, like I mentioned earlier, who's our volunteer music director, with Kristen, who is who I just met for the first time the other night at an event that they had that they'll probably talk about today at Burgerville. But she's the host of the Lunchbox on Tuesdays. The Lunchbox is a really fun lunchtime segment. So we are going to show a little clip from the Lunchbox, and then we're going to have James and Kristen come on and tell us all about things that are going on at KZME.
Great.
Does that sound good to you?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. I think we should take a look at that now, and then we'll be back later to close the show.
Okay, great.
The cornerstone of local communities, and they enjoy the satisfaction that comes from being part of something larger than themselves. Multnomah County invites citizens to participate in projects that benefit the greater good of our residents.
Help provide services to thousands of your neighbors. Sound impossible? 1,700 members of your community are already doing this, and so much more, by volunteering with Multnomah County Library.
Library volunteers help their neighbors by teaching computer skills, shelving materials, and promoting literacy in the community. The library provides a wide array of services, including lending popular books and DVDs, computer access, and life-enriching activities.
Give a neighbor a helping hand and spend a couple hours a week at the library, making your community a better place.
To find out more about this volunteer opportunity, visit their website. To explore other volunteer opportunities, contact the Office of Citizen Involvement. Shape your community.
KZME Radio is a new station that is committed to entertain, inspire, and connect our community through programming that celebrates local music, arts, and culture. It was created to put local music and local arts on local radio, and it is a vehicle for our creative community to gain exposure while also celebrating what the Portland metro area has to offer.
I search for things. Hi, I'm Allie Wesley, and I love KZME because it's a great resource to find out about awesome music in our community. They have hip-hop and pop and chamber folk and pretty acoustic music, and they have everything that we have in Northwest. You should support KZME to support these local artists and the awesome music that you can find.
For more information on how to support and get involved with 107.1 FM KZME Radio, see our website.
Hi, welcome back to The Pulse. My name is James Deneen. I am the volunteer music director at KZME, like Denise and Allie Wesley were just telling you. I'm here with Kristen Bells, who is one of our fantastic DJs. She does the Lunchbox on Wednesdays, which is one of those shows where we showcase new music and sometimes have live in-studio guests. How you doing?
Good.
All right.
You do the Lunchbox too, don't you?
I do, yeah. I do it on Mondays and Fridays, and the rest of the time I just sleep under the desk there. We're here to tell you about some of the awesome goings-on at KZME. We just had this really cool thing happen at Burgerville. I was unaware that they did these until very recently, but they had basically a fundraiser for us down at Burgerville Hawthorne, which we were at. There were a bunch of other DJs at and supporters. And it was a lot of fun. We raised some money, right?
Yeah, we did.
We had a couple of bands playing live in Burgerville. Who knew, right?
Yeah, they sort of took the central area and kind of moved some chairs around and set up a space for the bands to play. So it was the Sale and Welfare, right? Yeah.
Yep, both bands that we play regularly on the station. You know, just part of the amazing music culture that exists in Portland. They're sort of Americana bands, sort of rock bands, but you know they're just one part of the amazing music culture here. Like Allie Wesley was saying in that clip earlier, we got hip hop, we have chamber folk, we have reggae. I don't know if you can imagine the kind of music that exists here in Portland, and we're trying to bring it to you. We're a relatively new station, but I think we're growing really quickly.
Yeah.
And we love the fact that people are getting involved with the station. We are an all-volunteer station. Chris and I are both volunteers.
And you are there a lot, and you're not usually sleeping under your desk. You're actually there working, getting our digital library expanded and reviewing music and getting in touch with labels to get more stuff added to the library.
Yep.
There's a lot of work to be done.
And we have some very involved DJs that really dig the local scene here too. I know that Kristen is actually a big help too, because she's turning me on to some stuff that I didn't know. And that's sort of the nature of the beast. It's like we're a community station. Everything is coming together to form this really great radio station.
Right.
We have events that happen all the time. We've got KZME Beer Night at Belmont Station. I mean, you can't really beat a beer night, right?
No, can't go wrong.
Yeah, it's last year we had a great one. A bunch of people showed up. It's Belmont Station is this great beer store. They have every kind of beer that you can possibly think of, and then some that you can't think of. They had a cactus beer last time I went there.
Did it have spikes in it or something? Did it hurt when you drank it?
No, I think it was like they put cactus juice in the beer.
Oh, wow.
I didn't have it, but it might have been
Next time you can have it.
Yeah, exactly.
I dare you.
I'm going to take you up on that there. February 21st, there's going to be another one. It's Belmont Station is Southeast Belmont and 45th. Very easy to find. There's nothing else there. It's a nice place. We have the owner of that place really believes in KZME and steps up all the time. We also have the shows at the Secret Society, which is right next to the Wonder Ballroom over on, where's that, Russell?
Northeast Russell, Northeast Russell, right near Dishman Community Center.
Right. And every first Friday of the month, I head over there and do the lunchbox from there. I interview a band.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'll interview a band there, and they'll play live in the studio down there. We've had a bunch of people on there so far. The Donna Division Street 1939 Ensemble, Big Big Love, who's no longer called Big Big Love. They're called Love Gigantic, because I guess there's a South American band called Big Big Love, so they had to change their name. Anyway. We've got another one coming up, March, with Naomi LaViolette, Matt Brown, and Caitlin Logan. So I do that at noon, and then that night, those bands play upstairs, and part of the proceeds go to KZME. So it's a great night of music that helps support our awesome radio station. It's a lot of fun. What else? Oh, second Saturdays at Kelly's Olympian. And these guys are about to celebrate their 111th birthday.
Yeah, I read about that today.
That's insane. I mean, I didn't even know that block was that old.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, they do second Saturdays, very much like the Secret Society First Fridays. We sponsor that show. Then there's Ford Food and Drink, if you've heard of that place. We do last Fridays there. Basically, we just like any date of the month, we're somewhere.
We're happy to be somewhere.
Yeah.
If you want to partner with us, we'll do it.
Yeah. And that's a really good point, too, because we're always looking for people to partner with. And you could go to our website, 1071fm.org, to learn the details about exactly how to get involved with KZME, and there are other ways to get involved too, other than community partnerships like like we did. We're volunteers. You can get in touch, and you talk about that.
Well, if you're like me and you discover KZME by just driving in your car and listening to the radio and getting kind of bored of what's playing, you go zap to the next station on scan, and you hear something that you're like, what the heck? Well, I've never heard something like this on the radio before. Because I know we don't have any strong signal college station or anything like that.
Right.
And that's how I discovered KZME and realized, oh, we do have not as strong a signal as we'd like, but it goes across the metro area, and especially in your car, you can get it really well.
That's true. That is the best place that I get it.
Yeah. And so anyway, I'm one of those volunteers who I think a lot of people are like me have discovered it just randomly, but we want to spread the word too, and have everybody like us on Facebook or tweet about us, and tell your favorite bar and your favorite restaurant to tune us in, or a cafe. A friend of mine just emailed recently and said, oh, I heard KZME was playing at this cafe that I was at.
Nice.
So that kind of thing. And hopefully the more people know about us, the more people will volunteer, because we need more volunteers. Our aim is to be with live DJs 24/7. Right now we have 24/7 music, but we want to have announcers, so we're always looking for people to, whether they're very experienced, like James is, a career in broadcasting, or if they have less experience or no experience, that's fine. We just want people who want to learn and volunteer and who love local music, or just love music. I mean, we're sort of rock with a huge umbrella is how I describe it.
That's perfect, yeah. And speaking of our signal, if like some people, you can't actually get our signal, you can stream us online at 1071fm.org. There's an app you can get for your smartphone. I have a stupid phone, so I can't get it on my phone. Sorry.
I get it on my phone. My phone's smart enough. Yeah.
Nice. I'm jealous because I, not so much. But yeah, we've got an HD2 channel. There are 4 different ways that you can listen to us.
Yeah.
So if you can't get us on the radio, don't worry, you can get us in some other form or shape.
Like sometimes at home I can't get it through the regular FM, but I can still stream it from my computer. So if you go to our website, what is that,
1071fm.org.
Then you can get that information there.
Absolutely.
The different ways of listening to KZME.
Yeah. I skipped one of the grubby little things that we have our finger. No, I didn't. I talked about Ford Food and Drink.
Yeah, so Ford Food and Drink is last Fridays?
Yes, that is last Fridays. Yeah, and then
so to mark your calendar, you have First Friday.
Now, First Friday at Secret Society.
Secret Society.
Yep.
Second Saturday.
Second Saturday at Kelly's Olympian.
Okay.
And then last Fridays at Ford Food and Drink.
Okay.
This last Friday at Ford Food and Drink is happening on the 22nd of February, and Louis Longmire, who's a Portland institution at this point, is playing. So yeah, we have our grubby little fingers in everything that we do, really. And we're having volunteer orientations. I think once a month. I think Taj set those up. I believe so. Yeah, I think she just had one. But really, get in touch because, like Kristen said, we've got music on 24 hours a day. But man, it's so much better to have somebody telling you what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, and we have at our website you can look at our playlists, but it's always nice to have a curated playlist.
Yeah.
You know, so we are always looking for those volunteers to get in there and say, oh, this goes with this, and this doesn't go with this.
Exactly. But that is a good point. That even if you're listening or you have your smartphone, say, you can always go online and see the playlist, which is pretty much live with what's being played. So that's pretty cool. You can get the information. And we do hope as more and more DJs get special shows and stuff, we can start having more focused shows. Like the Lunchbox is nice because it's every day, Monday through Friday, from 12 to 1, you get to know what's new coming up.
Right.
Or new to our library.
New to our library, sometimes new to the world.
Yeah, so it's kind of a focused show, but it's general in its in the type of music we play.
We just got the new Ila Bamba. I'm very excited to play that.
Oh, good. But then I think as the station grows by leaps and bounds, we'll have more shows probably that'll have a little more specialty.
Absolutely.
But right now there's like a reggae show and
there's a
whole bunch of specialty shows
right now.
already. Yeah.
Yeah, we have some really talented folks manning the microphones right now. We've got well, I think one of the shows that shows the diversity the best is the show The Magic Number. Those guys are all over the place. They really there are three of them. They do this crazy mix of stuff, and they just they're total music geeks. And
they were at Burgerville.
They were at
Burgerville with us.
Speaking of Burgerville, I have completely skipped over the fact that we have a clip from that night. So why don't we show that clip and then we'll come back and talk a little more.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Woo, having a great time. You guys, how you doing? Down at Burgerville, listening to Welfare. Yes, having a great night here at Burgerville Hotline.
Stay
That was a little clip, a little montage from our night at Burgerville. I want to very much thank Burgerville for supporting us there, and the Welfare and the Sale for playing for us. That was a great little montage.
Yeah, it was a really fun show, a fun night. Not your typical sort of quick food on Hawthorne, but Burgerville's not a typical place. They do a great job, and they have a lot of events there, and we're going to do some more concerts there.
Yeah, they're a great local community kind of place, and what I really liked about it was the people that didn't know that was happening there. They just showed up and looking around like, what is going on here? Is Alan Funt hiding in the bushes? What's happening?
And it's so Portland, I think, to do something like that, where it's like it was between 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock on a Friday night. People are just coming in for a quick meal, and they're like, what? There's a live band here playing music that's actually good to listen to?
Yeah. Something for Fred Armisen and Carrie. I'm sure they'd love that.
Yeah.
But again, we are looking for people to fill out our ranks. We love what we're doing, and we hope that it shows. We're not playing the hipster card at this station. We try to be inclusive of everything good that's in this community, music-wise and arts-wise. We, like Denise, our Lord and Overseer, has an art. She's going to kill me for that.
She's the Director of Institutional Advancement or organizational advancement. She's kind of the station manager.
Yeah, and she's got an arts show called Artclectic. She could have chosen an easier name for a guy that speaks for a living.
Oh, wow.
Apparently. Anyway, she interviews different people from the arts community in Portland, be they artists or actors, writers, all sorts of things.
Which is another thing that's cool. We need volunteers for the station, but we also need bands and artists to come on. So, music is an art, and Denise gets into the visual arts too.
Absolutely.
So, there's a broad range there that we try to cover of community artistry, so to speak.
And we have, I say bands, but we have versions of bands come into the studio and play. We have a very, our studio is, I don't know if you can see the platform that we're on, but this is about the size of our studio, I'd say. Wouldn't you? I mean, maybe a little bigger, but we have live bands come in there. We've had the drummer out in the hall, the bass player in the reception area, and then the rest of the band in the studio. But yeah, we're trying to show folks how rich the Portland music scene is, because it is. I mean, it's not just a folk town, it's not just an indie town, it's an everything town. We'll play a lot of jazz because there's no station that really reps that well.
Exactly. We're trying to cover stuff that's not covered.
Exactly.
We are not playing classical, and we're not playing jazz. But we are, as I said, that big umbrella of rock, I think, is what we're playing. And of not necessarily commercially oriented rock. I mean, if you make it big, I mean, I'm not against playing something that's very popular.
The Decemberists.
Yeah.
But you can hear them.
We're not the snobs who are going to say, oh, that band is so over because, everybody likes them now, so I can't like them. I mean, that's not our tune.
No hipsters at KZME. That's what it is.
You can be a hipster if you want to.
You can be a hipster.
We're inclusive.
We're not exclusive.
Right.
That's what I think I'm saying.
Yes.
Sounds like that's what I'm saying anyway. Go over to our website, 1071fm.org. Get involved. We need people. We need warm bodies that love what we're doing.
If you're a small business out there and want to reach the community and an audience that you wouldn't reach through other means, then by all means get in touch with us and email to info@kzme.fm. That's our email address. And get in touch about our underwriting programs, because we are happy to have new partners, and the sky's the limit. Gresham is Music Central for Portland. Here we are, and we are growing by leaps and bounds.
Ironic, isn't it?
Gresham is not exactly central Portland, but it'll do for broadcast and for internet. We have nice facilities.
Yeah,
and it's very exciting to me. I just want to mention that this is a new radio station. How many times does that happen? You know?
Yeah, right.
If
That's
anything,
true.
stations get consolidated, they get bought out by big corporations or something. And I've volunteered at other stations before in college and graduate school. And they're wonderful stations, and I loved my time there. But they were well established for many years.
Yeah.
And so this time, this is a new station. We're like a toddler. We're a couple years old, and we have a lot of growth to do. So.
October 2011, we went on the air.
Okay.
That was it is a rare event to have a radio station be born as such.
Yeah.
And we really sort of avoid the corporate radio pitfalls. Really, you know, we're not beholden to advertisers. You know, so we're not looking to be the coolest kids on the block. We're looking to be the best kids on the block. I mean, honestly, you know, not to say there's anything wrong with the stations in Portland. It's just they are often committee radio stations, and they will have focus groups that say, here's what works, here's what doesn't work. We're just going to throw it against the wall and see if it works, you know? I mean, the amount of stuff that we have to work with is very diverse, and we're loving every minute of it there. I knew it would be not long before I tripped over my words.
Well, you are a volunteer. I'm sure if it was professional, you would never make a mistake.
Never. No, never. Ever. 1071fm.org is the place to go and learn about us and stream us. Listen if you can't get us on your car radio at 107.1 FM. And oddly, I get the station really well in the Gorge. I don't know why.
Oh, that's interesting.
I know, right?
Huh. Well, that's good to know. Yeah.
It's good because I go to the Gorge a lot.
That's excellent. Well, I guess because we're in East Portland and probably the broadcast signal.
No, because our tower is in Portland. Oh. So I guess that's all we have time for. Thank you very much. Go to the website again, 1071fm.org. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Sounds of my city. Sounds of my city. It's like the sounds of my city. Sounds of my city. What are you doing? Sounds of my city. Sounds of my city. These the sounds of my city. Sounds of my city. As long as you have something to fight, sounds of the city. Never be lacking. Sounds of the city. It's the sounds of the city. You grab sounds of the city. Pay attention. Sounds of the city. I'm on the train dipping. The slane's tripping about the blaze on which his reign's sitting. He swears his whip is out of order, but his game isn't. Became interested and spoke. Approached him with a nod, then followed up with a joke. Then he responded with a smile and an extended hand to greet.
My name Malik, I'm out of Oakland.
Nice to meet you, I'm Hanif, and told me all about his plight and how it really ain't a spoiled thing. $80,000 whip, we can't afford an oil change. Backwards priorities, seems to be a major problem that hassles minorities. Told him he'll be back in Gotham once he gets his range back. Crushing on the same rats, so come away with something from what you learned on these train tracks. He said that science, homie, let's do see. In a few weeks, I'll swoop you in my SUV. Exchange the pound after I chuckled, told him that ain't what I came for. You should try to ride the train more.
Hello. Man, we doing this Christmas show, man. Welcome to the neighborhood. Appreciate y'all coming through, for real.
Yeah, thanks for the eggnog, man.
All right, y'all. So I'm in the studio. You see the Z on the back of the wall. You see DJ Fatboy in the background chilling. And you see the man of the hour right there, MC Cool Nuts.
That's right. You got to put the MC on the front because I'm a master of ceremonies. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You can't really call yourself a dope rapper or anything unless you acknowledge yourself as an MC.
I live inside my head. Demons crawling the ceiling inside this box. I'm kept in searching for breathing holes. I think the goal's not to let them. Freedom's a hoax and not invention. Read the scrolls, the knowledge set in. They weighing ideas in gold, but God is omnipresent. It's the sounds of my city. It's almost sounds of my city. City sounds of my city. It's home sounds of my city. It's talking sounds of my city. Sounds of my city. Sounds of my city.
When disaster strikes, emergency professionals may be overwhelmed. Can you care for yourself and loved ones until help arrives? Can you help neighbors amidst the chaos? Are you ready? Get ready. Join a community emergency response team and learn skills that will save lives. The City of Gresham offers free CERT training. Sign up for the next class and get ready.
What is it like to have a loved one die? Each month, over 300 children and teens who have experienced a death turn to the Dougie Center for Grieving Children. Inside, they find a safe place where they can share their experiences and move through the grieving process.
The programs at the Dougie Center are funded by private donations. Thank you for making it possible for kids like me to attend groups free of charge.
The Dougie Center, because grief comes in all sizes.
Hi, thanks for sticking with us. I hope you enjoyed our show tonight. It was the Pulse version of Community Hotline. We are here talking about MetroEast Community Media and KZME Radio. My special thanks to Jessica Guay, who helped me out tonight talking about MetroEast and all the awesome volunteer opportunities that we have here at MetroEast. I hope if you're interested that you will contact us and find out how you too can be involved, learn some new skills, and meet some great people. And also thanks to James and Kristen, who did such a terrific job talking about KZME Radio. As you can see, they have a lot of fun and they'd love to have you join them. To be a DJ, to be a volunteer, to just listen to the radio and become, a new listener to some terrific local music. So my name is Monica Weitzel. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We hope we see you here same time next week. Good night.